Today I have for you an Olympic weightlifting derivative that I believe most combat athletes should be doing, especially if you participate in MMA or grappling arts, and that is the muscle snatch. Now, the muscle snatch isn't a very popular variation among Olympic weightlifting variations for athletes. Typically, you'll see power cleans, power snatches, and pulls, but muscle snatches are one way you can still develop the speed without a lot of the technical proficiency that you need to perform things like power snatches, full snatches, etc. Now, the reason I love the muscle snatch for grappling athletes, MMA athletes, or combat sports in general, one, it doesn't take as much technical proficiency as it does to perform the full snatch or the power snatch. You can get away with a little looser form to be able to get it. Secondly, it is more of a strength exercise versus a full snatch or a power snatch. Because you cannot re-bend your legs back under the bar, you have to pull the bar from the floor all the way overhead. Thirdly, you learn to sequence lower body with your upper body. You need to be able to push with your legs and carry the momentum up through your hips and through to your arms to finish the muscle snatch. Just like you would on the mats with your mat returns, if you don't sequence the hips and the legs with the upper body, you may not finish that mat return, especially against someone quite strong. 4, you are often wrestling or grappling people on the mats or in the octagon that are heavy. Muscle snatches you can perform heavy as well and be able to move that with speed, because you need to be able to move with speed on the mats too, especially when you have someone's back in a stand-up exchange. Finally, the mobility requirements of a muscle snatch are nothing like you would need when performing a full snatch or when performing various clean exercises. Obviously, with cleans, you need to be able to front rack the bar. You need the wrist, the elbow, and the shoulder mobility to be able to hold the bar there. The muscle snatch, you just need to be able to get overhead. With the snatch grip, with the wider grip, it's even easier than if your hands are closer together. So most athletes should be able to do this. Obviously, if you have very poor posture, poor mobility restrictions, then it may be an issue. But for most people, it should be okay. So I'm going to show you how to do the muscle snatch and then where you can use it within your training. So the first thing is, on the bar, I'm going to have some footage rolling as well of me doing some muscle snatch sets with some weight. But your setup, typically you'll be on the floor with the plates on, but I'm going to do it with just the bar just to show you. Snatch grip. To find your snatch grip, the bar should sit basically on your pubic bone or just below your hip crease. You're going to find that width with your arms straight, your elbows pointing out, and a big chest. That is your snatch grip. Don't go too wide because you'll make it far too difficult for yourself. From the bottom position, you're going to have the weight through your full foot, and you're going to have a big chest so you can push with your legs. As you push past your knee, your back's angle stays exactly the same. I'm not going like this, and I'm not going like this. My back stays the same, and all I'm doing is pushing with my legs. As I get past my knees, my hips come forward, I get vertical, I make contact with the bar with my hips, and I shrug, and the bar goes overhead. Can't do it slowly, so I'll do a normal speed one. So I'm here, up. So as I get to my hips, I'm extending onto my toes, and the bar goes up my shirt. Now, importantly, the bar doesn't swing this way. When I'm here, the bar comes up this way, like an upright row. So I'm upright rowing the bar up my shirt, and then turning it overhead. I'm not rebending my legs onto my toes, and back down flat feet. Onto my toes, back down flat feet, and you'll see some videos of me doing that with some weights as well. Now, obviously, I mentioned some of the common mistakes there with swinging the bar. You don't want to, the trick is, a lot of people get taught to smash the bar with their hips. You don't need to smash the bar with your hips. You're just going to kick the bar out in front of you, and you're not going to be able to get the full extension with your legs to propel the bar vertically. You want to propel the bar vertically, not horizontally. So as you get to the hips, it's popping up and then overhead. In terms of loading, it should just be heavy enough where you can get that smooth sequence. Obviously, as it gets too heavy, you're only going to be able to get the bar to something like this, and you're going to have to try press it out. You have to be quite technically proficient to be able to get those done well. So think about speed. In terms of when you do this in your program, this should technically be the first exercise you do. So after you perform your general warm-up, whatever you do there, you can use the muscle snatch as your first exercise. Think of it as like an extended power warm-up, and then you can move into other things in your program. It could be jumps, it could be squats, etc., more heavy strength exercises. So that's where it will fit into the sets and reps. You're doing anything from 2 to 5 sets of 2 to 3 reps. That typically fits best within a training program when you're looking to develop strength, power, and speed. So make sure you go down in the description. The Sweet Times Fighting Underground is there, has all the training programs for you online courses, and the private Discord community. Like, subscribe, share, and there'll be more videos like this to come.